Council ready? All right. Everybody ready? We will start in about 1 minute. Thank you for all being here. Might. In my 8 years as mayor, I have never used the gavel to start a meeting. Everybody listen. Thank you. All right, I'm out of here. Oh, wait. We will come to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silent prayer. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So, council, we need to approve the minutes of October 21st, November 10th, and November 13th, 2025. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Ready to vote? All in favor, raise your hand. That's it. So, we're now moving to organization and procedure for city council. Before we do the oath, I'm going to pass it over to Council Member Hubbard to see what she has to say here.
Well, I'm not sure why all these people are here tonight, but we have quite a crowd, right? I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. This is a very, I'm gonna use the words that you use, Mayor, because you use my words. It's a bittersweet night. I know that we've seen a lot of council members that have been here before and have come back. So before the entire council got you, Bill, and JC a gift. And before we present that, I'd like to open it up to the dais for if any council members would like to make some brief remarks. It's up to you. You don't have to. We definitely got to roast the two of them a little bit on Tuesday night at a private function, not for the public. But I know a couple council members were not present. So just like to open that up to my colleagues at this point.
Well, I'm not the senior, but I will yield to the senior person if you want to go. John?
Well, I said most of mine on Tuesday night, but I will say that we're moving forward, and JC has been very important to this council. He's been important to the community. Bill, I can't say enough. I relate back to Bill and I when I was on P&Z. He was running the electronics and everything we needed to be using from the background, kind of like the guy behind the curtain. And I'm going to miss him greatly. I didn't know JC prior to him running. Scott Padgett, Mayor Padgett introduced us, and I knew from there it was going to be a ride. And it has been. It's been a fun one. JC, as I said Tuesday night, I'll clean it up, but as I said Tuesday night, he's been great helping me figure out some things that I needed to know, and he's really been good for the community. I'll say that again. Bill, keep it up. Keep flying. I appreciate y'all, both of you.
Thank you.
Let's just go down the line. Did we sell tickets tonight to help with the tax? We could have made some money tonight doing all this, but I did my thing on Tuesday night too. But I'll kind of roll it all into a real quick couple statements. Bill, you've been a great leader. Bill is a brother of mine in another scenario, in another sense, and we've had a fun time doing that and going through that. JC, I didn't even know JC, true story, until we started this campaign 8 years ago. We've met and been going strong ever since. You're a good friend. You always will be, and that never goes away. I think you're the hardest working, one of the most successful councilmen that ever been on this dais. Bill, same way. Your leadership, we've done a lot. This council is, holy mackerel, in 8 years we've created and did a lot of things for the good of the community. I'll miss you. I'll miss both of you, and hopefully we'll go forward with all the things you started and keep moving on. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Of course, Mayor, we've worked together for over 20, plus years. Definitely appreciate your leadership, your knowledge, and your wisdom, and everything that you brought, to make Concord the place that it is today. I tell people, y'all think that the mayor's job is an easy job. It's not. So thank you for your service and your friendship. And JC, we've only known each other for 4 years, but I truly appreciate your wisdom. Your insight is exceptional. You bring a perspective to this dais that, some things we don't even think about often. So I thank you, and I look forward to working with you in another capacity. So thank you for your service.
Do y'all know how much I hate this microphone? JC, I've often said behind your back that if you're not the smartest man I've ever known, you're definitely right there at the top. And I think that this council is going to have a gaping hole without you and your knowledge that you bring to this desk. I greatly appreciate what knowledge you have shared and what wisdom you've imparted to me in my short time here. And again, we are going to greatly miss you, and I hope that your retirement is all that you hope it will be. And don't be a stranger. Always come back and sit on our front porch. And Bill, of course, I hope whatever you want to do, you get to do, and you have lots of fun running up and down our side streets. So enjoy, and thank you,
Yes,
of
I do.
course.
Thank you.
Just over 6 years ago, I got a phone call from a person, JC, who said, you should run and sit on city council. You were the first person who suggested that to me. There have been days we've agreed and days we have not, but you have offered so much to this city, to the Logan community, to Barbara Scotia, to Salvation Army, to WeBuild, which is going to be a legacy of yours. The people you've always looked out for are those who have been ignored or overlooked by everyone else. And that comes out of your own history, but also your passion and your loves. We really will miss your knowledge, your attention to detail. And I will miss sitting up here and having you help me do a better job. I knew Bill's father before Bill. His father, who sat on this council, told me how proud he was of his son, how he changed the technology that runs this city. And then when Bill ran, there's, I don't think, ever been a better cheerleader for this city. You are at everything. You show up here every day. This has been your life for 20 plus years, but for the last 8 years as the leader, you have changed the shape of this city. Your father is proud, and we are proud. Thanks for being our mayor.
Thank you. Thank you.
So if the two of you would join us down front, and if the council members would join us, we have a small token, a gift for you to keep to remember not only your 8 years, but to remember each of us. So.
Okay.
Mayor and JC, on behalf of the entire council, we just want to say thank you. We hope that the next 8 years are just as joyous as the last 8 years have been, maybe a little less stressful. We know that, I think everybody alluded to it, everybody that walks in this room and sits on this dais leaves a legacy, and it looks different. And so, Mayor, I think Pastor, he just really reiterated, thank you for being our mayor for 8 years, for listening, for patience, especially with this council. You know, I don't think people realize the character that it takes to sit in the mayor's seat, so we thank you for that. And on behalf of the council, we'd like to present to you, do you have it, John? There is a proclamation, and there is also a key to the city that we'd like for you to hang this somewhere, that you always think of us, and know that it represents the commitment that you've made to the city in the last 8 years. We really appreciate you.
They told me that the key doesn't work anywhere. And it's for me to turn my ID badge in all the way out. Just so you know, I helped set these ID badges up 28 years ago. I know how they work.
You're welcome. And JC, you know, when you came on council, I think I alluded to it Tuesday night, we didn't know each other. And nobody knew you except for your minister, which is interesting. So, well, that's another story. And there's been a lot of gifts that you've given me, some of which I've loved, some of which, you know, I think you alluded to it. He challenges our leadership. And it's actually one of my favorite things about you. And so there is going to be a hole on this council, and there's going to be a heart. There's going to be a hole in my heart. I'm going to miss your friendship. I'm going to miss our chats, but I'm still going to call you, and I'm still going to complain, and you're still going to tell me why I'm right or wrong. And every time you look at this key to the city that we're presenting to you in the proclamation, always remember that we know you gave a piece of your heart to this city, and we're grateful for it. Thank you.
The difference is his key works.
I do remember when I got my badge 8 years ago, and I asked him, so what does this do? He said, well, it gets you in every door in the city. And then over 8 years, you figure out I only got me in about 3 doors.
Well, I started at all the doors, and then they just pared it down. Thank you.
Would you stand?
Thank you. Before we move on, JC, you have some comments?
I guess you can tell I do talk a lot, but this is not the kind of talking I do. I do want to thank council, this council and previous members. Ms. Ellen May Small is here, and Dave Phillips is here. He served with us for a short period. Sam Leader, God rest his soul, for putting up with me. But it's been an honor, and I appreciate the voters who elected me, and I appreciate the people of Concord that let me serve. And I certainly appreciate all the staff who sometimes took a little bit too much wrath at times, especially Lloyd. So I have been trying to figure out how many people are here to make sure I'm gone. But I will let you give the real comments, Bill. Thank you.
You know, it's been involved with the city for 36 years now, and been mayor for 8. And the first thing I want to thank is all the staff, all of you guys that I've worked with for all these years. It was just an honor to be able to work with people that wanted to move forward and wanted to do the right thing day after day after day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's give them a round. And the citizens of Concord, my day starts off with a run at 4:45 in the morning with my buddy Steve back there with a long beard. If you see him, say, nice beard. And when I get back, I start looking at emails and text messages and phone calls. And that's the beginning of our days, is that we want to make sure that we immediately get back to find out what the issues are, what our citizens need, and get them heading on the right direction. I am just to the point that I am just happy that I can move on and pass the gavel over to Steve Morse here in a few minutes. So how about a round of applause for Steve for... And lastly, I'm going to look at Lloyd and Valerie. If you don't know this, how many took Concord 101? Raise your hand. So you know this. The council has 2 employees. We have Lloyd Payne, the city manager, and Valerie Kolzinski, our city attorney. That's it. On the contrary, beyond that, they have 1,200 employees. I don't know why their job's so tough, but we have 2. But Lloyd, thank you so much for everything you do. You keep us out of trouble. You keep us heading in the right direction. We set the policy, we set the direction, but you make sure it happens. Valerie, the same to you. Whenever we say, you can't do that, okay, we won't do that. So that, well, except for JC, he does it anyway. But before we go into the oath, and JC and I leave the building, just like Elvis, just want to thank you all for being here and being a part of this tonight. So with that said, guess we're ready to start with the oath of office. We'll start off. Betty, who do you have presenting for you?
Honorable Judge, retired Judge Juanita Boga, please come up. I would ask my husband Terrence to come up. My daughter and granddaughter, my daughter Tyra and my granddaughter Alana. I'm missing one granddaughter. She is taking exams today. And my sister-in-law, Myra Stocks.
Place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right, and repeat after me. I state your name,
Betty Stocks,
solemnly and sincerely swear
solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the United States,
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to the state of North
to
Carolina
the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional
and
powers
to the constitutional power
and authorities
and authorities
which are
which are
or may be
or
established
may be established
from the government thereof,
for the government thereof,
and that I will endeavor to support,
and that I will endeavor to support,
maintain, and defend the Constitution of said state,
maintain, and defend the Constitution of said state,
not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States,
not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge
to the best of my knowledge
and ability.
and ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I state your name,
Betty M. Stocks,
do swear
do swear
that I will and truly execute
that I will well, and truly execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of council member of the city of
of
Concord
council member of the city of Concord
to the best of my skill and
to
ability,
the best of my skills and ability,
according to the law.
according to the law.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Thank you. And everyone, please wish Betty Socks a happy birthday today.
Alvarez Santana. And who do you have giving you the oath? No. We're going in order. JC's next. JC, you come stay down here. Come stay with me. Congratulations. Yeah, I'm sorry. Got it. Here we go. Yes, whoever you like.
Yes, so my husband Ken, my son Ken, and then my nephew Andrew.
Anybody else?
That's it.
We'll bring them up. Bring them up.
How old is he?
Yeah.
One more. Yeah.
However you want to do it. It's all up to you.
All right, all set. It is my honor to swear in Alvarez Santana, if you'll repeat the oath of office with me. I, Alvarez Santana,
I, Alveri Santana,
solemnly and sincerely swear
solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear truth allegiance
and bear truth allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and the authorities
and authorities
which are and may be established
which are and may be established
for the government thereof,
for the government thereof,
and that I will endeavor to support,
and that I will endeavor to support,
maintain, and defend the Constitution
maintain, and defend the Constitution
of the said state,
of the said state,
not inconsistent with the Constitution
not inconsistent with the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge and ability.
to the best of my knowledge and ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Alvarez Santana,
I, Alveri Santana,
do swear
do solemnly swear
that I will well and truly execute
I will well and truly execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office,
council member
council member
of the City of Concord,
of the City of Concord,
according to the best of my skills and ability,
according to the best of my skills and abilities,
according to the law,
according to the law,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you.
JC has your seat. Isn't that nice?
Out the door.
Okay. Next we have Terry Crawford coming forward. Terry, do you have anybody to bring with you?
My contingency of family is a little small. It's my wife Carolyn, come on up, my daughter Michelle,
And you have your Bible.
and her hubby Greg. We have 2 grandchildren that are out of capacity. They're one out of the state and one in class. So.
All right. Sir, are you ready?
I am, sir.
Repeat after me. I, Terry L. Crawford,
I, Terry L. Crawford,
solemnly and sincerely swear
solemnly and sincerely swear
that I'll support the Constitution of the United States,
that I'll support the Constitution of the United States,
that I'll be faithful and bear true allegiance
that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers and authorities
and to the constitutional powers and authorities
which are or may be established
which are or may be established
for the government thereof,
for the government thereof.
and that I will endeavor to support,
And I will endeavor to support,
maintain, and defend the Constitution
maintain, and defend the Constitution
of said state,
of said state,
not inconsistent with the Constitution
not inconsistent with the
of the
Constitution
United States,
of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge and ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
I, Terry L. Crawford,
I, Terry L. Crawford,
do swear
do swear
that I will well and truly execute
that I will well and truly execute
the duties of the office of council member
the duties in the office of council member
of the City of Concord
of the City of Concord,
according to the best of my skills and ability,
according to the best of my skills and abilities,
according to the laws, so help me God.
according to the law, so help me God.
Congratulations, starting your 3rd term. That's it.
Wow, that was easy.
Congratulations.
Good one. Thank you, boss. We'll see you later.
Thank you, guys. All right, that's all we have. Oh, wait a minute, there's one more. I'd like Steve M. Morris and his guests and family to come forward. Steve, whoever you ask to come,
Okay.
the whole,
Volunteer.
everybody here wants to come forward.
Monumental.
Up the ramp. This is the first time this has happened tonight?
I'm ready to leave. I told my wife I'd be home at 6:30. I think I'm gonna be close. How you doing? We have the city Bible here is, we have two Bibles here. One of them is from our mayor from 1953, Mayor Roberts. And we keep that in the mayor's office so that if we ever need a Bible, we have one there.
That's the one we want to use.
Okay, sir. Then I'll let you hold it, and you will place your right hand on the Bible and raise your left hand. Repeat after me. Yes, that is true. I, Stephen M. Morris,
I, Stephen M. Morris,
solemnly and sincerely swear
solemnly and sincerely swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I'll support the Constitution of the United States,
that I'll be faithful and bear true allegiance
that I'll be faithful and bear true
to the
allegiance
state of North Carolina,
to the state of North Carolina,
and to the constitutional powers and authorities
and to the constitutional powers and authorities
which are or may be established
which are or may be established
for the government thereof,
for the government thereof,
and that I will endeavor to support,
that I'll endeavor to support,
maintain, and defend
maintain, and defend
the Constitution of said state,
the Constitution of said state,
not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United States,
not inconsistent with the Constitution of the United
to
States,
the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I, Stephen M. Morris,
I, Stephen M. Morris,
do swear
do swear
that I will well and truly execute
that I will well and truly execute
the duties of the office of Mayor of the City of Concord
the duties of the office of Mayor of the City of Concord,
according to the best of my skills and abilities,
according to the best of my skills and abilities,
according to the law,
according to the law,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you,
Steve?
bud. Give me a big hug. Yes, okay, thank you. Okay.
You sign that? I'll get out of here.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Mayor, may I leave?
Well, you know, I've been telling you for a while that I think we ought to delay this crossover for a little bit. And JC skipped out a little too fast, but I think you should hang around for a while.
I'm out of here. Thank you, everyone.
I think that Bill and JC both left a little too rapidly.
Again, thank you. You'll do well.
As much as I encouraged them to hang around and participate, they were not terribly receptive. So just a few words. It is a tremendous honor and privilege to be sworn in this evening as the mayor of Concord. Our city has a proud and distinguished tradition of leadership with a long line of outstanding mayors who have served our community with integrity and dedication. I'm especially proud to follow in the footsteps of our two living former mayors, Scott Padgett and Bill Dush, and I hope to continue the tradition of good governance that they have upheld for the past 24 years. Being elected by the citizens of Concord in a municipal election that saw one of the highest levels of voter participation in recent years is deeply gratifying. The message I take from this election is clear. Our citizens are engaged, informed, and committed to shaping the future of our city. I'm honored by the trust you have placed in me to serve as your mayor for the next 4 years. I'm also proud and happy to be joined by my family members that you saw up front tonight. Their love, encouragement, and support have meant the world to me throughout this journey, and having them here to share in this special moment makes the occasion even more meaningful. I hold great respect for each of my fellow council members and look forward to working collaboratively with them in the years ahead. Together, I hope we will be known for openness, transparency, and willingness to welcome citizen input and involvement at every opportunity. I also want to express my appreciation for the dedicated staff of the City of Concord. I've had the privilege of getting to know many of them and have the utmost confidence in their professionalism, skill, and commitment to serving our residents. I look forward to partnering with them as we continue to move Concord forward. Finally, I want to thank everyone who has joined us tonight for this reception and swearing-in ceremony. Your presence means a great deal and speaks volumes about the strong civic spirit that defines our community. I sincerely appreciate your support and engagement. At this time, we will take a brief recess before the beginning of our regular business meeting. Everyone is welcome to stay. We have a relatively short agenda this evening, but if you need to leave, please know that your attendance tonight is truly appreciated. Thank you again for being here and for your continued commitment to our great city. Thank you. They said they were gonna do the cutting on and off. Okay. Well, they told me. Yeah. Okay, if we could call the meeting back to order. Bill said he never used the gavel in 8 years, and so I already did once. So that will be another one of the running jokes between he and I. And I will criticize him for not hanging around to listen to it. But first on our agenda after the recess is the establishment of the time and place for council's regular meetings and work sessions. I think that was all included in our agenda package. So at this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the meeting schedule for the upcoming year.
So moved.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor, please raise your hand. That passes unanimously. So we move to the next item on the agenda, which is the election of the Mayor Pro Tem for city year 2026. And I think Kim is going to give a brief description of the process that council has traditionally used in selecting the Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mayor Morris. Yes, there is a rotation schedule that was adopted by council several years ago. When you're elected, you go to the bottom of the list, and and the list, every year, someone else is voted on, elected Mayor Pro Tem. That person that served, as an example, Andy's serving this year, he will go to the bottom of the list. John is up next in the rotation schedule, and so he will be, if voted, he will be Mayor Pro Tem for calendar year 2026.
Excellent, thank you. Councilman Sweat, do you agree to assume that responsibility if elected?
Yes, sir. Probably accept that.
Great, thank you. So do I hear a motion from council that John Sweat be named Mayor Pro Tem for the upcoming year?
So
I'll make
moved,
that
Mayor.
motion.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Okay, we had two motions
You got
and
three,
a
so
couple
I
of
guess you're good-
seconds,
you're
so
in good
I
shape.
think great support there. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, raise your hand. All opposed, like sign. So that passes unanimously. And before we move into presentations, as the new mayor, I've already goofed up big time and did not offer our newest council person an opportunity to make comments. So I would like to extend that opportunity now.
I was hoping I knew how to turn this on, but I got it. But good evening, everyone. It is really an honor and my pleasure to serve for the city of Concord. Although I am not a native, I have grown to really love the city. And this is an amazing city to be able to raise your family, to live in, to work and play, as I say. So to be in this seat and to have been voted in here, it means everything. I know these elections were truly, I would say, monumental for the city, and it showed that a lot of people do want to speak. A lot of people do want new representation, and the results yielded that. I would say I've been embraced by many different leaders that are natives from Concord, and they have shown me the history and really walked me through what makes Concord special from a historical perspective, but also what continues to keep Concord as a gem. And I really want to say thank you to everyone that has supported me, but also thank you for everyone that voted. I really look forward to getting to know more individuals, getting to know how can I best help everyone within the capabilities that we have here. Really thankful for Mr. A.J. Clark for really being there and embracing me. And just, I appreciate everyone on the council that has come before me, those that will come after me as well. But just want to really say thank you also to Steve throughout the campaign. He was very informative, especially as someone that has truly been here for a very long time and that loves the city of Concord. So to meet someone that deeply loves and cares about our city and knows about the different opportunities for its residents, it's already a great start. So thank you, God. Thank you, everyone. And I really look forward to serving you.
Thank you very much. Next, we move to presentations, and first up, I'd like to call on Fire Chief Jake Williams for a presentation of a retirement plaque to Captain James Smiley Johnson for 30 years of service to the city.
All right, so we're here to celebrate, and I'm gonna call him Smiley because that's all we know him by, really. So it's Captain Johnson. We call him Smiley. I'm sure you can't tell why, but really, you know, there's a lot of things that Smiley's done throughout his career here at the city that has impacted the fire department. But I would say probably the most positive thing is this is the nicest individual that you'll meet in your life. So we, you know, a lot of us have been here at the city over the years have had sometimes it's been tough. But James always had something positive on everything that happened. So he is a very good, dear friend. We love him to death. I always say he's had a lot of stations. He been stations 1 through 10. He's opened up stations 7, 8, 9, and 10. He was one of the first members of the hazmat team for us. So his participation in the fire department has been instrumental in a lot of the things that we have done. He retired out from the airport, so Dirk, you're losing a good one here. I think Dirk's off, but we're glad he's going to enjoy his retirement. He cuts hair, so if anybody needs a haircut, this is the man you want to talk to. The best barber I've ever been to in my life. So, but Smiley, we're proud of you. We love you, and I always tell him the hardest position he's at the fire department. He had a knee replaced. About, I don't know, 8 or 9 months ago, and we think they put the wrong size in on him because he was struggling with it. But his hardest position is he worked for Sonia on light duty, and if you know her, she's the true fire chief, and that was the most difficult position we ever had. So, Smiley, I'll turn it over to you.
First of all, I'd like to thank God I had a successful career with the City of Concord. It was an honor and a pleasure. I was glad and happy to get on the engine company, and I've been on the engine company just about my whole career when we got rid of the squads from downtown. But it was just a pleasure to serve the community and help as much as I can and do the best of my knowledge. And I just thank God every day for my wife, all my co-workers. Appreciate y'all. You know, I didn't get to talk to some of the newer people, but appreciate everyone. Thank God for each and every one of y'all. Thank God for the City of Concord, allowing me the opportunity to work here for right at 30 years. It's been a pleasure, and I'm going to enjoy retirement the best I can. Yeah. Appreciate it.
We have a couple things to present to you. First, this plaque presented to Smiley Johnson in recognition for over 30 years of faithful, loyal, and dedicated service to the City of Concord Fire Department, dated November 1st, 2025, and this is by Mayor William C. Dush. So he should have at least hung around to present this, right? And we've got something else as well. Did you want me to do that, Jake, or you? Yes, sir. No, that's you. Okay. James, I'm going to read a little something before we make the presentation. James Johnson, affectionately known as Smiley, for his ever-present smile and positive demeanor, has been a cornerstone of the Concord Fire Department since his hiring in October of 1996. Over the years, James has exemplified dedication, professionalism, and a genuine passion for service, earning the respect and admiration of colleagues
and community members alike. James began his journey with the department, working at various stations across the city, gaining a wealth of experience and building strong relationships. In May of 2015, he was promoted to lieutenant and assigned to Engine 1, where he served the downtown Concord area with distinction, ensuring the safety and well-being of its citizens. Yeah, it caused me to lose my place there. You do. You've done so much. Throughout his career, James has consistently demonstrated a remarkable ability to resolve conflicts, whether addressing concerns from city residents or fostering harmony amongst his coworkers. His commitment to professional growth and development is evident in his role assisting multiple departments with assessment centers for promotions, and more recently, coordinating foam testing across various agencies. James holds an impressive array of certifications reflecting his dedication to advancing his skills and knowledge. These include North Carolina Emergency Medical Technician, Airport Firefighter, Basic Rescue Technician, Driver Operator Aerials, Driver Operator Pumps, Emergency Vehicle Driver. You can drive everything, can't you? Fire Officer 1, Fire Officer 2, Firefighter Level 1, Level 2, and Level 3, General Instructor 1 and General Instructor 2, Hazardous Materials Level 1, 2, and 3. James's evaluations have consistently reflected his exceptional work ethic and character, with ratings of exceeds expectations or higher. This is just one testament to the unwavering dedication he brings to his role every day. Known for his collaborative spirit, James has been an integral part of several teams and initiatives, always ready to lend his expertise and support where needed. His positive attitude and ability to inspire others have made him a beloved figure within the department and the broader community. James Johnson's career is a shining example of the values and commitment that define the Concord Fire Department. His contributions have left an indelible mark on the department, making him a deserving recipient of the Old North State Award. And it is my pleasure to present the Old North State Award to you tonight. Congratulations. Yes. You want to hold that up so they can do a picture? Great. Congratulations.
Thank y'all.
Congratulations again. Okay, we move now to informational items. Next up, we have a presentation by Youth Council President Rashmi Rupa. If you would come forward. And if you could, as you begin your presentation, please recognize the other Youth Commission, Youth Council members that are here with you tonight. And ask them to stand.
Yeah. Could Concord Youth Council please rise? Thank you.
Great. It's a pleasure to have all of you with us tonight.
Good evening to the Honorable Mayor Morris and the esteemed members of Concord City Council, as well as everyone present at the meeting tonight. My name is Rashmi Rupa, the current Concord Youth Council President and a senior at Cox Mill High School. On behalf of the Youth Council members, I would like to express my utmost gratitude for everything you've done for our city. Your support for Concord and for Youth Council has been essential to the work we do and the young leaders we are becoming. We are truly grateful to serve a community whose leadership encourages youth voice, volunteerism, and civic engagement. Before I begin my speech, I would also like to extend this gratitude to my council and to my executive board. I could not have possibly asked for a better group to lead alongside this year, and I have had the absolute pleasure of getting to know each and every one of you. Your efforts at events, your creativity in planning new initiatives, and your willingness to step up whenever needed have shaped this council into a stronger, more connected team. Thank you for your dedication, your energy, and most importantly, the heart you bring to your work. The spirit of service is reflected in the wide range of volunteer events our council took on throughout the year, each one allowing us to connect with a different corner of Concord. With a total of 65 members and over 900 plus community service hours accumulated in the year 2025, I'm very proud of the impact we have achieved. One of our most heartfelt initiatives was the Teddy Bear Drop, where members handmade teddy bears and fleece blankets for children at Jeff Gordon's Children's Hospital. Not only did this project bring comfort to young patients facing difficult circumstances, but it showed our members that the power of small gestures in restoring hope. Our Valentine's to Seniors project brought that same compassion to another often overlooked part of our community. Writing cards and messages for senior citizens allowed us to brighten their day and remind them that Concord's youth deeply values their presence. We also continued one of our most consistently impactful traditions, our park litter sweeps. These cleanups helped protect our greenways, promote environmental responsibility, and gave our council a chance to work together outdoors with purpose and enthusiasm. And of course, our Dogs Day Out fundraiser was a major highlight, bringing in strong community turnout, raising an impressive amount of money, and showing how creativity and collaboration can lead to meaningful work for charity. Whether we were crafting, cleaning, fundraising, or encouraging others, each of these events strengthened our identity as a service-driven organization. Beyond these hands-on volunteer efforts, this year also marked an important step forward in expanding our community presence and leadership as a council. At the Concord International Festival, we had the opportunity to educate others about youth leadership and share the work that we do with residents from diverse cultural backgrounds. Reinforcing the inclusive spirit of our city, we kept that momentum going by supporting major city traditions like the tree lighting ceremony and the Veterans 5K, where our members helped coordinate activities, uplifted families and participants, and contributed to the atmosphere of unity that makes Concord feel like home. This year, we also introduced new socials that helped build stronger connections within the council, ensuring that our teamwork at events came naturally. Additionally, attending state youth council conferences expanded our perspectives, sharpened our leadership skills, and gave our members the confidence to bring new ideas back to Concord. Altogether, these experiences not only strengthened our bond as a council, but deepened our understanding of what it truly means to serve, an important lesson we will all carry with us long after our term ends. This year would not have been the same without my executive board, and I want to express just how much I deeply appreciate each and every one of them. From our first meeting to the spontaneous conversations and planning sessions outside of CYC, we built a bond that made our work not only effective, but genuinely meaningful. Every event, every idea we brainstormed, and every problem we solved brought us closer together. What started as a group of leaders fulfilling assigned roles slowly became a team defined by trust, encouragement, and shared purpose. Watching participation grow, seeing more members show up to socials, volunteer events, and meetings reminded me that our connection as an executive board strengthened the entire council. As for my own journey in youth council, it began long before I became youth council president. And it has shaped me in ways I will carry into every future endeavor. Since first serving as social chair taught me the importance of building community, it was really the guidance of our former president that showed me something even more meaningful. Leadership starts with truly knowing who you serve. Learning more about each member, their interests, their strengths, their personalities, not only made our council more cohesive, but taught me how to lead with empathy and intention. This role pushed me to listen more carefully, communicate more clearly, and think beyond myself. It has taught me that leadership is not about authority. It is about compassion, initiative, and the willingness to uplift those around you. And for that lesson, I will always be grateful. As I close this chapter, I am reminded that every leader is simply a torchbearer, someone who carries the light forward for a time before passing it on. This year, I have done my best to strengthen the foundation laid by the leaders before me, just as I know the next council will build on what we have created together. My greatest hope is that Concord Youth Council continues to grow, not only in numbers, but in spirit, confidence, and compassion. I hope future members keep embracing new ideas, uplifting one another, and showing up for the people of Concord with the same enthusiasm that has defined our term. I hope that the legacy of this council will continue to shine brighter with every passing year. Thank you for your time.
Like yourself and those that have come with you tonight is looking very bright. We appreciate what you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we move now to departmental reports, and first up is Parks and Recreation Bond Update.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So calling Sheila Lowry, our Parks and Recreation Director, to give the monthly report to council on our bond project.
Good evening, Mayor, members of council, Mr. Payne, Ms. Kocinski, Ms. Deason. Tonight, I will provide the December update on our bond projects. First is the financial update. This did change from last month, but it changed in the positive. We increased in investment earnings, which also increased the total available funds for our bond projects. Next, completed bond projects. We have 2 that are completed. The Academy Gibson Aquatic Center, McGinnis Aquatic Center, and Dorton Park, which was a total of 2 projects. Projects under construction, we have 3. First is Marvin Caldwell Park. This park continues with construction. If you look at the picture on the top right, you can see where we're laying out and identifying the equipment needed for the splash pad. That's the location of the splash pad, so they're identifying the location of the equipment. And to the back, you can also see the new restroom building under construction. The next area I'd like to call out is the bottom left. This is near the tennis court shelter. You can see the sub-base for the new outdoor or the new basketball courts that will be located in that location. You also can see the extended parking lot that's in that area. Next is the J.E. Jim Ramsor Park. We continue with construction and working on infrastructure. In the next 30 days, you will see a retaining wall being installed, curb and gutter in the parking lot. We are also working on the water tap. The water tap for this park will be installed during March, during the school spring break. The reason for this is to reduce the conflict at the schools while they work for the water tap. The water tap is located on the other side of Cox Mill Road, on the school side, across from the entrance. Next is the Academy Gibson Athletic Fields. We continue construction here. The turf or the roll, proof roll is completed. They are working on the sub-base for the turf field. And if you look at the picture on the top left, you can see the paved walking path that has been installed at Gibson Park to turn that into a neighborhood park. Our next projects. The next project that will be going out to bid will be the Dave Phillips Park. We are finishing up design or permitting for this. Council has already approved design, and we are currently working on the bid package. We hope to bid this project in January. Next project in design, we have 5 that are currently in design. First is the Academy Gibson Skate Park Pump Track Sculpture Garden. This park, we are continuing with design. This should be the next park that we bring to council for final approval on design. Currently, we have requested an updated cost estimate from the consultant. So when we bring the final design to council, we will also bring the updated cost estimate for this project. Next is Hartzell Park. We continue with design for this park. What has been installed is the prefab restroom building in the Hartzell Park side. This was to replace the restroom building that caught fire. The good thing about this restroom building is that it is heated. The previous restroom building had to be winterized and was closed during the winter. This restroom does have heat and will not need to be closed, so it will be open year-round for the citizens. Next is the Poplar Tent Trailhead Park. This park, we continue with design. Again, just a reminder, this design of this park is being done internally with city staff. Next is Wilson Street Park, same as the previous park. Again, this park is being designed internally with city staff. Currently for this park, we are working with Buildings and Grounds on the tree survey and looking at, from the tree survey, trees that may need to be removed due to tree health. And from this, we'll be able to finalize the location of amenities within this park. Once all, for these 5 parks, once we have completed all the design, just a reminder, we'll be bringing that back to council for final design approval before we move forward with bidding. Next is WW Flow. This park, we have just started the design process, and how we've started, the firm McAdams has been selected to complete the design on this park. We have had internal meetings with the firm to begin scoping the design for this project. Then the last project is the Academy Gibson Recreation Center. We hope to begin design for this project in FY27. We have no major updates to the timeline that is posted here and that council received a copy of. And I will be glad to answer any questions.
Questions for Sheila?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, we now move to persons requesting to be heard. This portion of our meeting is our time to recognize persons requesting to be heard and provides an opportunity for anyone wishing to address the City Council to do so. Each person will receive 3 minutes to address the council. This is a time of listening for the council. The subject will be noted, and if it requires action or a request, the city manager will note as such and provide steps for any required response or after action. And hopefully everybody left their contact information with the city clerk when you signed up to facilitate communication. And so we have 5 people signed up to speak tonight. First is Chris Bostick.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Pleasure to be here tonight. Exciting night. My name is Chris Bostick. I'm a civil engineer with Kimley Horn. I'm here tonight on behalf of Sheetz Convenience Stores. Sean Poole, the real estate director with Sheetz, was not able to attend tonight with a conflict. But we wanted to take a couple moments tonight to give you a brief update on Sheetz' progress in the community. Our firm is currently engaged with Sheetz on Sheetz' first store design at Weddington Road and George Lyle Parkway. Sheetz is looking forward to bringing this store forward in the Concord market, as this will be their their first location. They've been able to do that by the sewer allocation that was provided for that location earlier this year. Sheetz is now also under agreement to bring forward a new store at the northwest corner of NC 73, Davidson Highway, and Realma Place, just off the interstate. The store program there is substantially similar to the program that they have at Weddington Road. The zoning for that property is in place, similar to the zoning at Weddington Road. We are currently coordinating on Sheet's behalf with DOT and an approved industrial project behind it. We are also applying this project for the sewer allocation this cycle and wanted to let you know that. Lastly, I just want to say that I've had the opportunity personally to work with Sheetz over the last 20 years as a designer for them, and happy to vouch for the good product that they put forward. They're very, very active in the local community, very active with nonprofits, a very good community member. So we're excited to bring this second location forward. And I thank you for the time tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next, and I'll probably get this name wrong, John Rawsthorne. Got close?
Yeah, right on. You got it.
Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and council members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. I'm here on behalf of Atrium Health Cabarrus Hospital here in Concord. And again, as the mayor mentioned, my name is John Rawsthorne, and I have the privilege of leading the Atrium Health Project Management Team, but I'm also a resident of Concord. I want to start by acknowledging that our construction project management team recently missed the October 20th deadline for filing our preliminary wastewater flow application. Our team met with the staff on October 30th to discuss our project and discovered at that meeting that we had just missed the filing deadline and that the review cycle was quarterly. We filed our application as quickly as possible in mid-November. Atrium Health Cabarrus is currently underway with the design of a critical expansion project that will provide much-needed additional patient care capacity for our Concord and Cabarrus County residents. The project will develop 90 additional inpatient beds, which will provide this very important care for our residents at a facility that is already at or above capacity. The potential delay caused by our missing of the filing date would be approximately 3 months and would push the project opening into one of the busiest times of the year when flu and respiratory season would be starting or already underway. This would mean 3 more months without the additional care space that is desperately needed. We recognize the error was ours and take responsibility for that, and we are not seeking special treatment, but we would request that the City Council grant grace and allow the utility department staff to bring forward our application at next week's City Council work session for review and hopeful approval. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next is Brad Beringer and Cardina Beringer.
Carolina.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, and staff. My name is Brad Beringer. My family has called Concord and Cabarrus County home for over 200 years. My wife, Carolina, and I were married right around the corner here at Central United Methodist. My grandmother, Faye Bosk Beringer, still tells stories of riding into town on a horse and buggy to sell watermelons with her father over here on Union Street. We get to celebrate her 100th birthday next month at Cabarrus Country Club. She's a very special lady. Needless to say, our roots here run deep, and we look forward to the opportunity to invest here in Concord. My wife and I operate a small family-owned real estate investing company. It's just the two of us here. And tonight I'd like to briefly introduce a proposed townhome project that we're working on. It's just a modest infill project, 13 owner-occupied townhomes on a 4-acre parcel located close to downtown Concord here over in Brown Mill. The goal here is to provide attainable, high-quality housing for working families who serve our city every day. We anticipate price points in the low 300,000s, which help support home ownership opportunities in a market where affordable housing is somewhat limited. Each townhome will feature 3 bedrooms and a private garage with a design that complements the neighborhood around it. Our goal is to create a small, community-oriented neighborhood feel, not a huge development. We own the property, and we're committed to building something Concord can be really proud of. We have already completed the city's DRC evaluation. We received positive feedback from staff. We look forward to continuing to work closely with the city to ensure a smooth and successful project that aligns with Concord's goals to provide a thoughtful, community-oriented growth. Our preliminary sewer allocation request is less than 3,000 gallons per day. It's up for vote next week. It will be our honor to partner with the city to bring new and attainable home ownership opportunities to residents who want to live and build a future here, just as we have. Thank you very much for your time.
Great. Thank you. Okay, this next one I'm really going to butcher because I'm not sure where to start. I didn't write it great either. Okay, I'm going to let you come on up and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Akash Barodia, and congratulations, Mayor and
Thank you.
Councilwoman. It's exciting stuff. So, good evening, everyone. Thank you for your time. My wife told me not to only talk about the important stuff. Don't ramble too much. But when it comes to something that I'm passionate about, it's hard for me sometimes. So, I'm here to ask for sewer allocation for an extended stay hotel that me and my dad want to build in Concord. This is our 9th request, and we'll continue to apply because the hotel product is what our community needs. I say our community, not your community, because my family is Concord. So I'm not a developer trying to make like a quick dollar, or I'm not like someone who flips properties. My 2 children, now 5 and 7, were both born in the same hospital as my wife here in Concord. They're in junior K and 2nd grade at Cannon School, and which, as you know, formerly was Cabarrus Academy, which my wife also went to, and then she graduated from Concord High. My father-in-law, who I refer to as my dad, bought his first motel here in Concord in 1986, so it's coming up on 40 years. We still own that motel, and since then have amassed a dozen other properties throughout South Carolina and Virginia, but our home is Concord. He bought his first house here in 1998. He built his first home in 2006 when Sycamore Ridge only had 2 houses in it. When my wife and I were ready to build our first home, she had one requirement, that's that we had a Concord address. So, of course, she wins, and now I have a Concord address, and I also live in Sycamore Ridge. Our proposed hotel has a very low impact on the actual city services that are needed for the hotel. Our hotel will generate hundreds of thousands of tax revenue, and the secondary revenue from all the guests is also very substantial. Allowing us to build also brings tourism to the area. Tourism revenue is what alleviates the overall burden for everyone in our community and our residents. A tourist is not someone who just visits us for NASCAR races. Anyone who does not live here and decides to spend their hard-earned money in our community with us in Concord is what we are, is what these tourists are. I'm gonna leave all the numbers and some of that information for my friend and also franchise rep here to explain, and he'll give you an idea of the type of guests that we are gonna bring to Concord in our property. And then I am very excited to see all the construction that's going on our exit. I'm happy to see that everything's moving and sewer is being allocated. And I hope during this meeting you guys will consider what we're trying to say and what we're trying to do here.
So in about 30 seconds, as a note, both of our wives independently said you've got to bring something. So we brought a picture. And yes, I realized there would be screens, so I wanted to make sure we knew that. Josh Drury, I was in Charlotte for 20 years. I've been in Charleston now for a few years, have kids. So to make this quick, thank you for doing that. We do a lot of these wood springs. It's one, the J.D. Power. That's it. Yeah. For another person? Okay.
You're good.
So
You're a standalone. You don't have to piggyback on his. You get full
thank
green.
goodness.
So
He's
there you
definitely
go.
more important here. So, but again, congratulations to you all. I wanted to say that. I was trying to be quick. So this brand has won J.D. Power for the last 4 years straight. If you know anything about J.D. Power, that's by its guests. So it's greatly loved. And when I look more, skip ahead to the next, if you would, one more, just to give you an idea of the brand. It's a great looking brand for the area. And then you see it reflects local flavor. It talks about the town. It talks about the people. But what I really want to, if you skip to the next one, what I'd really like to point out is what the guests consist of, who they are. They are everyone who builds the town. They're the people who keeps the town, people that keep the town running. When we look at why we're even here asking for this, we're talking about, water allocation, sewer allocation. Well, that's because you've grown, and each one of you are responsible, from what I understand, for, watching that growth, controlling that growth the right way upward. And if you've got that kind of growth, well, who's helping the infrastructure? Who's manning the hospital? So you look at, our travel nurses, and if you think about COVID, we've got a lot of people that are moving around a lot now. And so we've got a brand here that the guests love, that's very safe to stay at. And when you're trying to grow, you need all of the people that I grew up with. You need them to be able to have somewhere safe to stay. You also look at people who are relocating. You look at, as he said, tourism. You look at the hospital that's a couple miles down the road from this. So you need places for people to stay that can't afford maybe to buy a house or don't want to buy a house, don't want to deal with the interest rates, don't want to sign a lease. So that's what we provide. That's what Choice has created. And that's what we're bringing in. And, we've talked about who the guest is. And if I look at revenue, I think who's coming and who's staying here is the most important part. But if I look, if math is right and it's a 6% occupancy tax, and I have to say, based on the revenues that he projects, we look at $160,000, $170,000 on average for that 6% that comes in. So that kind of helps with the problem itself, from my understanding. So that's essentially what I wanted to say about it from our perspective, and that you've got someone that's based here, that is raised here, or this family is raised here, and that wants to bring something beautiful to the area that really helps all the people that are helping this town grow. Thank you.
Great, thank you. I think that completes everyone that has signed up to speak tonight. Our meeting has been a little bit irregular. Is there anybody that wishes to speak that did not get a chance to sign up? Okay, thank you. Okay, we move now to presentations of petitions and requests. First up is to consider a resolution of intent to schedule a public hearing on the matter of closing the right-of-way comprising two areas totaling .077 acres at the intersection of Hermitage Drive Southeast and Winfield Boulevard Southeast. City Manager, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. So Fred did present this item to council on Tuesday evening at the work session. So as you stated, this is a request to abandon right-of-way located on Hermitage and Winfield. And so council action tonight would just essentially set the public hearing for the January regular council meeting, at which time anyone could come and speak for or against the item, and then council would actually take the item up as far as moving forward with the abandonment at the January meeting. So that all you're doing tonight is just voting to set the public hearing for January.
Excellent. Council persons, any questions? If not, I would entertain a motion to adopt a resolution of intent to set a public hearing on this matter for January the 8th of 2006.
Yeah, we move to approve.
2026.
26. Move to approve.
Just 20 years off. We have a motion. Do we have a second? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor, please raise your hands. All opposed, like sign. That motion passes. Next item is to consider adopting an ordinance to amend Chapter 34.4 of the City Code. And I'll turn it over to the City Manager again.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So Adam did present on this item from the city's fire marshal office on Tuesday evening. This is a request to council to allow an exception for open burning on parcels over 20 contiguous acres. And he did provide some explanation from that based on state general statute changes recently. So we'd ask for council to make that consideration.
Okay, any questions from council?
If not, I would entertain a motion to adopt an ordinance to amend Chapter 34.4 of the City Code as described. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, like sign. That motion passes unanimously. Next item, to consider awarding a bid and authorize the city manager to execute a contract with Pike Electric LLC in the amount of $660,924.74 for subsurface construction of Substation N at 1050 Vine Haven Drive. And I'll turn it over to the city manager for discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So Jaron from Electric Department presented this item to council on Tuesday evening. As you stated, Pike Electric is the low bid for this project. It is for the construction of the concrete foundations and all of the subsurface work at the location. What was not added on Tuesday night, which I think bears some importance, is this will be the second station that our electric crews will build in-house. So once this contractor work is completed, we will bring in the equipment that's needed for the station and build it internally. So we will not contract that out. So that brings a great sense of pride to our staff to be able to do that. And so I thought that was worth noting. So staff would ask that council allow us to move forward with the bid as presented.
Great. Any questions from council? If not, I would entertain a motion to award a bid and authorize the city manager to execute a contract for $660,924.74 to Pike Electric LLC for subsurface construction of Substation N at 1050 Vine Haven Drive.
So moved, Mayor.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor, please raise your hands. All opposed, like sign. That motion passes. Next up is consider accepting a preliminary application from James and Jody Kaiser. I'll turn that over to the city manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So Jackie did present this item to council on Tuesday evening, provided a map to show the location of the property. So this is a request for water service only outside of the city limits. The property is located at 3005 Zion Church Road, as you can see from the map on your screen. This is in sub-area B. The parcel is not considered to be served by sewer, and staff would ask that council would allow the applicant to move forward, excluding annexation.
Thank you. Any questions? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to accept the preliminary application and to have the owner proceed to the final application phase, which does exclude annexation.
Mayor, we'll move to approve the application.
I'll second that. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, like sign. That motion passes. Okay, next item is to consider appointing or reappointing 2 members, 1 board member and 1 alternate, to serve on the Centralina Regional Council Board of Delegates for the year 2026. I think that those seats are currently held by Lori. Are you holding the seat? Andy's the alternate? Okay, and I've been told that you're willing to continue in that capacity, both of you? Yeah. Council, did you have any comments or questions? If not, then we would entertain a motion to appoint Lori as the member, Andy as the alternate, to serve on the Centralina Regional Council Board of Delegates for the year 2026. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please raise your hands. All opposed, like sign. That motion passes. Next up is to consider making appointments and/or reappointments to the Transportation Advisory Committee, which we abbreviate as TAC, and the Technical Coordinating Committee, TCC, of the Cabarrus-Rowan Urban Metropolitan Planning Organization. I think that, and I'll just read the description. Each year, the North Carolina Department of Transportation requires the MPO to supply a list of current TAC and TCC representatives and alternates. Currently, Council Member Crawford serves as the alternate member to the TAC. With the retirement of Council Member McKenzie, a new appointed member is needed. Transportation Director Philip Graham serves as the appointed member to the TCC, and Deputy Transportation Director Tony Tagliaferri serves as the alternate. In conversations with council members, I think that Councilman Crawford is willing to step up to the delegate position. Councilwoman Clay has agreed to serve as the alternate, if that is agreeable with the rest of council. I will add that I have served on that committee in previous years, and having Terry attend those meetings as alternate during the time that Mr. McKenzie was the delegate was extremely valuable, I think, to the city. And I think will continue to be. And these transportation projects are critically important. I will further add that I have stated publicly that that's one of the most boring meetings I've ever attended in my entire life. So God bless both of you for being willing to serve. That being said, at this time I would entertain a motion to make the aforementioned appointments and also reappointments to the Transportation Advisory Committee and to the Technical Coordinating Committee of the Cabarrus-Rowan Metropolitan Planning Organization.
Move to appoint.
Great. Have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Okay. Hearing none, all in favor, please raise your hands. All opposed, like sign. That motion passes. We move now to our consent agenda. These are all items that were discussed previously at the work session. Council members always have an opportunity to pull any of those items off consent if they feel it merits further discussion. That has not occurred. So at this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll make that motion, please, sir.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. All opposed, no. That motion passes. Yeah, I'm used to doing aye and no instead of raising hands, so we'll figure that out. Whichever way works the best. Next up are matters that were not included on the agenda, which are reports from our various committees. Transportation Advisory Committee, do you have a report? Okay. Metropolitan Transit Committee, is there a report? Yes, sir.
Council, Mr. Payne, Ms. Kolchinsky, and for the last time, Ms. Deason. So I am currently serving as our representative for the ex officio position. With the change that happened in November with the election where there'll be a transit authority, there's going to be a large transformation at CATS, but in the meantime, the MTC is going to continue to maintain their monthly meeting process starting back up again in January. There isn't a December meeting, and Mayor Lyles did announce you as one of the new members following the election. There are several newly elected folks, so that is available for, I've just been filling in for Mayor Dush, but if you'd like to take that over for whatever period of time that looks like until they transition to the Transit Authority, I'm assuming Charlotte has been or will be in contact regarding that. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that.
Great. We'll have some conversations offline about that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So the primary focus of the November MTC meeting, they had a significant discussion certainly about the results of the election and what that means and what they still don't know about the transition. I've been trying to keep Mr. Payne, or I informed as things move forward, but they're kind of building the track, so to speak, because this is a significant change for them. So we will keep you posted as we have noteworthy items moving forward. There was some discussion that with the situation involving federal funding for WIC and SNAP programs, that CATS and the city elected to provide free passes to registered members of those programs in November and December. So they had a presentation on that. They discussed ridership being down on the Blue Line in the evenings following the tragic event in August, but that it was at normal levels during daytime. That was before last week's second event. So there will probably be discussion about that in January. As I mentioned, they won't meet in December, but we'll be proceeding with that fourth Wednesday of the month. There is a virtual attendance option in addition to going into Charlotte to the Government Center. Their last large item they discussed is a wholesale change of their fare policy and structure. They're going to move into the digital realm. So they're going to be adding a number of things that Ryder already has, like fare capping, which means after a certain point, a passenger doesn't pay anymore for the remainder of the month. So the poorest passengers don't pay the most every month if they're unable to purchase a unlimited ride pass, for instance. Tap and go, so you could use a debit card or a credit card, which we already had passed a couple months ago and we'll be implementing this winter. Stored value, they're trying to go completely cashless. They're actually going to take transfers away from cash paying passengers. If you want a free transfer, you'll only be able to do it through the digital platform. Odds are they will not choose the company we have, so we will not have the ability to work on a unified platform, and there will probably be some hiccups. Currently, passengers can freely transfer between our two systems, so we'll have to figure that out when there is no longer a digital pass, when it's just sort of encoded in the system. So that's one of the things. Their staff also doesn't know how the change in the authority is going to work, so we normally work at sort of an operations level with the planning group, so we'll continue to monitor that as we move forward. And they're basically looking to expand their reduced fare program. Ms. Stocks recommended a couple years ago, we added veterans. That's one of the groups they don't have yet, but they're looking at making like the SNAP and WIC folks more permanent, and also looking at major employer programs, which is something we aren't at scale to be able to do yet, but that is going to be a significant change for them over the next 24 months while moving to the authority model. And normally it's not this long, but there were several things this month.
Great. Thank you, sir. Yes, and you have a Concord Kannapolis Transit Commission report as well.
Apologies. So we were scheduled to have a meeting next Thursday. There was going to be one agenda item related to our upcoming service provider contract changeover. We are in year 10 of that contract. We are still in the process of negotiating and receiving best and final offers from our two finalists. So we are postponing that meeting until January is our hope. And Kannapolis City Council will receive a presentation, the Transit Commission will receive a presentation, and then present to you all at the second work session in January as our current working plan. So.
Great. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Central Iowa Regional Council. Okay, Water and Sewer Authority of Cabarrus County.
Mayor, we'd invite you to one of our meetings as well. They're equally fun as well. So just wanted to throw that out there. Actually,
you so much.
I do enjoy them, which is, I don't know what that says about me. So we do not have a meeting in December, but when we meet in January, our plan will be to update them on the discussion that we had at the second work session. So outside of that, I think that's the only report that we have this evening.
Great, thank you. Okay, We Build Concord.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, to City Council, to Mr. Payne, Ms. Kolchinsky, Ms. Deason, somewhere around here. Just really quick update. Projects are actually moving forward as scheduled. Kerr Street is still projected somewhere around April now of 2026 to be complete. Corbin Cottages, we'll be meeting with city planning next week before hopefully what will be our last submission for comments there. Malvern, Weddington, the Mills, and many of those other projects that you all are familiar with are moving forward. And Lincoln Street. By the end of January, mid-February, Lincoln Street will have 14 of its units occupied, with 12 to go in the spring. And I think that what's good about that is that it's happening actually through traditionally what is a slow period for real estate, particularly townhomes, but that hasn't been the case. But I think there's something else that's more interesting, and many of you have probably already read this, but Councilwoman Betty Stocks, if you remember, about almost a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, we met with the executive board of the Logan Community Association. And one of the things that we talked about was the need for owners to be a little bit younger, particularly in that community at the time, because it not only had lower ownership rates, but many of its owners were beyond the age of 60. And 9 of the individuals that will go through this fiscal year will have an average age of 33. Just as important, the majority of those are actually individuals who are under 30. What we've noticed this year compared to last fiscal year is that the average age of a homeowner coming through our program was around 46 years old. And that's because many people who are in positions to purchase affordable or workforce housing units tends to take them that long to get the economic resources to do it. But this year, thus far, the average age of all our buyers is 32. 62% of those, a little over 62%, are under the age of 30. The next scheduled 6 closings that we have include individuals who are 27, 22, 26, 27, 27, and 27 years old, respectively. I think that we are informing the community of this because we're actually proud of that. That young people are energizing us here, not just an agency, but also this community, and that them having the possibility of ownership at such a young age and the opportunity for economic mobility can only make this community stronger long term. What we have to do is ensure that we provide the support that continues to make them successful. So with that, I'll open up if you have any questions.
I don't have questions, just a comment. And again, thank you for continuing to, be diligent in the work that you're doing and in making things happen in the community and for people to become homeowners. And you also have created buzz on Nextdoor about Malvern Drive. So I just want you to know that.
All right. Hopefully good noise, I hope. Oh, okay, that's a good thing.
No questions, but I just want to say that is phenomenal, but it's showing the true power of the newer generations that want to participate in building that generational wealth for their families. So I'm really excited to see what continues to happen, but that's amazing progress on behalf of you, the team, and everyone here on the council that has been involved. I believe, Terry, you're very involved in We Build as well, Lori, so amazing, phenomenal work on behalf of the team.
Yes, thank you. And we want to ensure that we can continue that, but remember, we're available for people, of course, all generations, but this focus has definitely helped give us some energy.
Any other questions for Dr. Graham? I would say that positive buzz on Nextdoor is a huge accomplishment, in addition to all those other things.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thank you. Okay, do we have a report from the Public Art Commission? Okay, Concord United Committee? No report.
All right, then we move to general comments by council. If anyone has anything they would like to say or discuss.
Mr. Mayor, this is of a non-business nature. It is a business nature, but I just want to note, because I had it on my calendar improperly, that our sewer allocation meeting is actually this coming Tuesday, not the following Tuesday. I appreciate John notifying me of that. So I thought I may want to make that public statement in case any of the others had it improperly on their calendar as well. So, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you for bringing that up. And, while we're on that topic, of course, I just got sworn in tonight, as did several others. And so the next meeting will be that sewer allocation meeting, which I will miss. And I will be in Massachusetts. So Mayor Pro Tem Sweat will be leading that meeting. Great.
Yes and no. Graciously, Jennifer has agreed to step up as well with her knowledge in my work schedule of having a full-time job other than this, and I appreciate that from Jennifer. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
We've got you covered though, Mayor.
All right. Good deal.
It's a good thing I have
Yes. Okay, any other general comments?
Mayor, if I may, I will, just speaking of the second work session, just remind council of the items that I'm tracking right now for that agenda, other than the sewer allocation. As council recalls, Mary did a presentation on Norcut Mill, and council wanted to wait on that. That's coming back to you now, so you'll hear that presentation again and perhaps a call to action next Tuesday. There will be some members from the CDDC board in downtown coming to give a presentation on some of the things that they're doing in downtown from a marketing and advertising standpoint. And then also some initial conversation about an out-of-town retreat for council, similar to what we did a few years ago, envisioning kind of a Friday evening through a Sunday afternoon. So we just bring your calendars and your dates with you. Of course, that won't be anything final, but starting to generate a conversation about the topics that we want to talk about, the discussion we want to have at that retreat, so I can, on my end, start planning that and trying to prepare a facilitator for that event and start talking through the logistics. So if there are other items that you have, please let me know. I need time for staff to prepare accordingly, so if you would, let me know by tomorrow if you have any additional items that you would like to discuss next Tuesday. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, any other general comments? If not, we do have need of a closed session tonight. So at this time, before I entertain a motion, I will say that they want to make a group photograph up here before we all depart to go to closed session. That being said, I would entertain a motion that we go into closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11A3 and 4 in order to consult with an attorney to protect the attorney-client privilege and to discuss the location or expansion of industries or other businesses in the area served by the public body.
I'll make that motion for you.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. All opposed, no. That motion passes, and we are now in closed session. And don't forget to hang around for the picture. Thank you.